Ladies and gentlemen, now that Commissioner Garcia has joined us, we can get started. As usual, we will begin with an invocation followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning and thank you for a beautiful, cool morning, the start of a new day, a new week. We thank you, Lord, for the Christmas season that we're getting into. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings upon this community and guide us in all the decisions before us today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
The next item we have on our agenda is citizens communication. Anyone who would like to address the court on any county-related business, you're welcome to do so at this time. Good morning, sir. Come on up.
Get this over with. I'm Mark David. I'm Victoria County Master Gardener Association President, and we have an awards banquet tomorrow. And we, as Master Gardeners, are indebted to you greatly for all you do for us. And we would like to cordially re-invite you if you haven't already gotten an invitation. We have a awards banquet tomorrow. The food starts at 12. The awards banquet starts soon after, might be 1:15-ish, but if you want to come for just the food, you're more than welcome. But we'd love to have you stay and see what we're all about. And our invitation goes out to y'all, you five.
Well, thanks so
Thank
much,
you.
Mark.
Right?
Appreciate.
Have a blessed holiday season.
Well,
You as
thank you
well.
so much. We always appreciate all the great
I've already
that y'all
RSVP'd.
do. You've already RSVP'd?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Have a great one.
Thank
as
you,
well.
Mark. All right, other comments this morning in citizens communication.
Judge, I was asked by Jewel Buchanan,
Uh-huh.
the Democrat chairperson, to remind everyone that today is the last day to file if you're interested in running for any position that's open. She will be at 603 Murray Street all day to take applications for filing.
Okay, and that cuts off at 5 or 6?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.,
And
okay.
so Bill Posey would be the Republican chair.
Yeah, he'd be the.
You guys get a hold of
Okay.
Jill or Bill.
Very good, thank you, Commissioner. Other comments this morning?
Commissioner Orton, myself went over to the farmers market on Saturday. It was a really good turnout. They had a lot of good booths. I encourage everyone to go. Miranda kind of showed us around a little bit. And,
No, it was, there's a lot of neat things, different things, everything from fresh produce to some good bread that I bought. I know there was some very good bread.
it was good. I got a
Homemade
loaf
bread.
too.
So, a lot of vendors, a lot of folks. It was a great time. So definitely.
We
go check it
encourage everybody to go check it out. I mean, I think everybody puts a lot of effort and work into it, and it's a really nice deal. We take advantage of it on Wednesday and Saturdays.
Very good, thank you, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
Lenny, come on up.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. As the
Morning.
year approaches the end, I wanted to give you a little bit of a update on the employments at the airport. So as of the end of November, we have 12,887 employments. To put this into perspective, last year, we ended up a total of the year of 14,082 employments. So we still have the whole month of November to break that record. And all we need is 1,195 employments, given the fact that last year in December we employed 1,674. I'm pretty sure and confident that we will beat that record by a few, maybe 100 or 200.
All right.
So just good news overall for the employments, and I wanted to thank you very much for working with me really hard this year, helping me with promotions and everything that it took to get these employments and continue to move forward. And what it does for us, it secures us another $1.3 million in federal funds to design projects. At this moment, all of those grants are coming at 95.5. So thank you very much for your support.
I think those numbers also reflect later in the summer, you were closed for 30-plus days with
Yeah.
the runway.
Yeah, and you're right.
Yes.
we were close. If it hadn't been for that, the
Oh,
numbers
yeah.
that I gave you last year, we would have been close to
Right.
16,000. So
Right.
we keep on pushing, we keep on moving forward, and hopefully we'll get to the 20,000 in the next few years.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Lenny. Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you, Lenny.
Other comments in citizens' communication this morning? No additional takers? All right, we will move right along then. Item number 4 is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you have a copy of those minutes in your packets.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 5, consider approval of accounts payable and take appropriate action.
Accounts payable for December 8th, 2025 are $331,007.49. Supplemental payments are $30,029.30.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Michelle. Item 6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
Good morning. Today we have monthly reports from the county treasurer, district clerk, tax assessor collector, county auditor, fire marshal, justices of the peace precincts numbers 1 through 3, constables precincts numbers 1 through 3, and pretrial services.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 7, consider approval of bond forfeiture releases and take appropriate action.
We have none this morning.
Very good. Thank you, Heidi. Then we will move to number 8, and that is to consider approval of Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments and take appropriate action. We have the December 4th memo from our hospital showing interim vendor payments in the amount of $213,196.88, and the ACH report on that same date totaled $4,374,547.83.
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 9 is to discuss and consider joint resolution and statistical information for joint primary and take appropriate action. We have a brief memo from Margetta, one sentence in fact, requesting Commissioners Court to approve the attached document. We do this every election cycle where the parties have a joint primary that the county conducts. And so that is in front of us for the upcoming March 3rd primary election.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. We will each need a signature on that document. Item number 10 is to discuss and consider appointment of an interim director of the Victoria County Animal Services Department effective December 13th and take appropriate action. Mark, Joe, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. I talked to Commissioner Sexton about this, just, and obviously in the time from my leaving this Friday to whenever you appoint somebody new or hire somebody new, we need somebody to run the show. My confidence is in Joe. He's been a good student of learning what I've been doing and what I've been trying to do out there. So, I just, at this time, I think it'd give good direction to staff to have him there as an in-house, ready-to-go person that he can just keep things going right along. And obviously, he'll have support of Commissioner Sexton and the court and helping him in any little hiccups he has along the way.
Certainly.
Very good, very good. Well, we certainly will need someone to run the show in the interim. I know that a eventual appointment of a permanent individual is forthcoming. We'll be taking applications, doing interviews, but I think the court is certainly in agreement with that. Yes. So let's see, last day, Mark, Friday.
Yes, sir.
Friday the 12th. Okay, well, big shoes to fill, no doubt, but no, Joe, you've been with Mark each step along the way and can keep the ship headed in the right direction while we move through this next phase. So,
Joe, you want
ready?
to say anything?
Yeah,
I think
come on up, bud.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. I do appreciate the opportunity that I've been given, and what I want to say is I want to continue the positive movement that we've been doing,
Okay.
helping the community, everything that we've been doing. I just want to continue it and keep growing. That's what I really wanted to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very good, thank you, Joe. All right, do
I'm-
we have a motion to appoint
So
Joe
moved.
Hernandez as the interim beginning December 13th until a permanent individual is appointed? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Mark, Joe, thank you very
you.
much.
Thank you for taking that on, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Our next item, number 11, is to consider approval of a request to assist the Victoria County Volunteer Fire Department in the amount of $3,900 to purchase a 40-foot finished Connex unit to be used as a secure storage facility and department office and take appropriate action.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Commissioners.
Morning. Morning,
Excuse
Dan.
me. Allergies are still getting me. Yeah, so a few months back, if you remember, we relocated the county volunteer fire department out at the courtesy station, and we were able to repurpose 2 of those little storage buildings from the health department and a cover. Well, the 2 buildings are great, and they appreciate them. They're just a little tight, and to build them completely out, they went through and did some, got some numbers on completely building them out to make them useful for office and stuff. And they came across this company that does Connex boxes, and it's fully dressed out, sheetrock, everything secured, for less money than it would to dress out the smaller buildings. So they're willing to pay for it on their own. They came to us and asked if there was anything left at the end of the year that we were going to just have to give back, which we have $3,900. And so I'm just requesting that we help them with that. The total bill on that, I think, is around $20,000 for their office. And then they still want to use one of the storage buildings for like their outside storage and stuff. So that's what we're asking for.
This, the 3,900 is the difference of what's owed, or what is?
No, so the total bill is 20,000, and they, you know, they're willing to pay the whole 20,000, but it's going to pretty much deplete their account moving into
So the
next year.
3,900 is what we have left in our assistance fund for
That is correct.
2025. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they came to us and asked what what we could do if there's anything, and I said, this is all I have. I'll present it to the court and see.
So being that next week is the last week, there isn't anything else that any department needs?
No, sir. Actually, this is, we actually had to get all of our closeouts and stuff done last week. So technically, our year's over with already anyways.
Yes, it is. That's
Move for
correct.
approval.
Does this price include moving it in and connecting the electrical and everything, running power to it?
The 20,000 brings it in, and they'll connect everything. I know that Chief Lawrence is working with the electric company right now to try to get a pole in there to have their own electric and stuff. But doesn't include the pole and everything. It just move it in, set it up to whatever utilities are already there. So
Gotcha.
if the pole's already there, then yes, but if the pole's not there, then they won't connect it.
Right.
Very good. We had a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that? If not, all those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion approved.
Can we meet sometime and look where y'all are going to put it and everything, so we,
Absolutely. I was gonna grab you after court and ask you the same thing.
yeah,
So, yes, sir.
let's get together. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Item 12 is to ratify the sale of a 3,325 square foot tract located on the northwest line of 5th Street within the State Highway 185 right-of-way in Bloomington, Texas, Precinct 1, referencing CSJ number 0432-02-102 to TxDOT in connection to the Highway 185 expansion project Commissioner Garcia, I presume you're familiar with
Yeah,
this?
Judge, this is part of the overpass project in Bloomington. While they were surveying those areas, they found that there's some property that the county actually owned within the right-of-way of what TxDOT has down 185. So they contacted the county judge's office, and I believe Madison was kind of taking care of that. So we asked them to send all the paperwork. We'd sign off on it to keep the project going, and they're going to pay us the money for that. So that will continue the project on the 185 overpass. So definitely move for approval on this one. Yes, sir.
No, I was going to say second.
Okay, we have a
Sorry.
motion in at least 1 second.
Yeah.
In Madison,
Didn't make a
this was
third.
reviewed by legal, I presume.
Yes, sir, we're good to go on this.
Good to go, all right. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 13 is to consider approval of the following requests for plat exemptions and take appropriate action. A is Tom Marchbanks on J2 Ranch Road, located in Precinct 4. B is Valentine and Carlos Reyes at 117 Jones Road in Precinct 1. And C, Logan Geisler at 6918 Lower Mission Valley Road in Precinct 2. Avery, good morning, sir.
Morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
So we have 3 separate plat exemptions in precincts 4, 1, and 2. The first is a 206-acre tract where the proposed subdivision of 2 10.01-acre tracts around existing single-family homes is being proposed for estate planning purposes. There will be no transmission of property as part of this initial request. The second plat exemption is a 2.83-acre tract wherein half of it will be subdivided and transferred to the joint ownership of 2 brothers. They are a familial relation, and the appropriate plat exemption was checked on that exemption. And then the third plat exemption is a 134-acre tract of land wherein a single acre that corresponds with our minimum county lot requirements for on-site well and septic will be transferred to a son to be able to build a home. We have reviewed all 3 plat exemptions for the applicable exemptions and would recommend that the court approve those.
Move to approve. Second.
Very good. Thank you, Avery. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Avery,
Yes, sir.
how does the general public know to contact you guys when something like this has to take place?
Most of the time, it's a referral from the surveying company. Typically, a boundary survey is required for new deed creation in the event that somebody wants to subdivide. And in the county, all registered professional land surveyors are directed by our adoption of the Development Standards Manual to contact our office for processing through a plat exemption. Otherwise, they could plat the property without us knowing about it. It's just, this would save them some money to be able to do a boundary survey, provided that the subdivision of land that they're proposing falls under one of our qualified plat exemptions.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
Avery.
you. Thank you, Avery.
All right, moving on to item number 14. And that is to receive for the record change order number 4 in connection to the Victoria County Health Department spray truck building project and take appropriate action.
Yes, sir. Judge and Commissioners, this is change order 4 we were receiving for the record. It was for conduit and a single 4x4 J-box for us to be able to run security infrastructure to an electrified strike at the building. This would allow for badged access of public health department county employees to the building.
Okay, so a change order for $2,563.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Okay.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Avery.
Thanks, Avery. Item number 15 is to consider approval of CPS/PHEP grant contract HHS 001439500032 Amendment 4, which increases the grant agreement amount by 28%, and take appropriate action. Good morning, David.
Morning, David.
Good morning, Judge Commissioner.
Morning, David.
So if you recall back a few months ago, we've been going back and forth with this grant. It was one of the federal grants that were cut back temporarily. We did always know, but for the past few months, we've known that this 28% is going to come back in. We had, during budget discussions, talked about temporarily covering that 28% gap. Now it's officially back, so we're basically just reverting back to the original budget. Everything is funded back to previous years' funding levels, so that's what this one is coming back through.
Simple enough.
Yep.
And that is good news. So, all right,
sounds
do we
good.
have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Sorry.
Item number 16 is to consider approval of personal services agreement with Gulf Bend Center to provide mental health services to HARP clients and take appropriate action.
Yes, this is one of our standard reoccurring annual agreements we have with our providers for our heart patients, and this one is with Gulf Bend for the mental health services.
Okay. Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, Dave.
Item 17 is to consider approval of the following residential and/or detention contracts for the Victoria County Regional Juvenile Justice Center. A, Ward County Residential, B, Waller County Residential and Detention, and C, El Paso County Residential.
Move for approval. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 18 is to consider the following related to workers' compensation administration and take appropriate action. A is to receive renewal from Higginbotham with Deep East Texas Self-Insurance Fund. B, receive proposal from Texas Association of Counties. C, recommend a contract for workers' compensation administration beginning 1/1 of '26. And D, authorize the county judge to sign a contract after legal review. Let's see, Gianni, Lisa, welcome this morning. I know we've discussed this before, but can you jog our memories on this?
Yep, so the county has been with Deep East South Texas for about 20 years. It was 2001 was the last time we went out for pricing or bid our workers' comp insurance coverage. We have been locked into a 5-year contract that will expire December 31st. So I've been working with them since about July to try to get some pricing and quotations. Met with the judge's office, I think probably September timeframe, right after budget wrapped up, I believe. We decided we were going to shop it a little bit, so I reached out to TAC, who gave us a proposal. So you've got 2 proposals in front of you. Right now, they're both a risk pool of sorts, kind of pool in with other entities. So it's really just up to the court. There is some cost implications for both of them. Even staying with our current provider, pricing will increase significantly. That's because in the last 5 or 6 years, we've added an entire department and increased staff in multiple departments, which means our payroll has grown significantly. So that is largely what is contributing to the increase in premium for workers' compensation administration. Do y'all have any questions? I did try to also give you guys a summary of my evaluation of the proposals. Also met with Chris Nicholson a couple weeks ago, and we looked through them together as well.
Okay, and so of those 2 proposals, your recommendation, and I know I was in agreement with, is that we go with Texas Association of Counties for this service.
Yeah.
I think they definitely offer a more proactive approach to how they service us, including like compliance audits will help us make sure that we've got all of our positions classified properly. They offer additional recognition programs that the county could apply for and safety initiatives.
Yeah,
One
the-
question that came up a couple weeks ago was our current provider provides us with the Shoes for Crews program, which has historically provided boots for some of our safety-sensitive
Right.
positions. The safety program through TAC would allow for that as well, so we
Okay.
still have the ability to do that if we move over to TAC.
Okay. So basically, TAC, it looks like they're offering more rebates and then more assistance, so kind of makes sense.
Very good. Any further discussion on this?
No, sir.
Okay, well, we certainly appreciate the folks at TAC and
Yes.
have
all
any
the
questions
various,
for them?
any difficult questions for them to answer? Nothing, okay.
No, it's pretty cut and dry.
All right, well, appreciate the proposal on this. I know that you guys will do great with that service as well as all the other services that we utilize TAC for. So I'd entertain a motion to approve item number 18, A through D.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gianna.
Just to clarify, the minutes will reflect that we're awarding that contract to TAC.
Yes,
Okay,
that is correct.
thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Brian, come on up. Let's see. 19 is yours. Consider reclassification of an Assistant Public Defender 2 position to Assistant Public Defender 3 position within the Crossroads PDO and take appropriate action. Morning.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning.
This is a real simple one. So our budget is set by our grant, so this doesn't really affect our bottom line at all. We just need to move around our position classification, so I appreciate the help from Gianni on working on that. So we're asking for the 2 to be increased to a 3. We do have a candidate in mind, and I actually had some kind of great news on Friday. TIDC, our grant funder, met, and we had applied for an additional modified grant to allow signing bonuses for some of the more heavily qualified attorneys, and those were approved, and those come at $0 cost to the county. So
Well, that's
great.
good news. What do those signing bonuses look like?
7,500.
Okay.
So that's significant to get somebody, especially somebody that's more established. We really look at that more as moving expenses than anything.
Yeah.
And so, in fact, we had a guy that we're subject to y'all's decision this morning. We're going to extend an offer to him today, and he was in town Saturday, looked at 11 houses, and he's ready to come down, and we're excited to have him. So
Wonderful.
We're
So
ready.
how, with the addition of him, how many attorneys are we up to now?
So that'll bring us to 15, and we also just got a commit last week from a new law student, so that'll be 16 in the fall. So we'll have 3 more positions to fill. We think those signing bonuses will help, and we're in really, really good shape.
Awesome, awesome. That's great news. Well, we certainly appreciate the great work that you are doing, Brian. Any questions for Brian or Gianni related to this?
Nope. Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Item 20 is to receive, for the record, updated titles and grades and take appropriate action. What are we doing here, Gianni? Is this just reflecting, I guess, that change?
That changed all the reclassifications that came about during budget. So just updating them and putting them on the record.
Okay,
We have
so
our
this
most-
this new list is just what was approved during budget plus this change?
The new position you added in the CDA,
Yeah.
That's
the
right. okay.
paralegal and the intake officer, that's also included there.
Okay.
The reclassification for the elections administrator, that was recently done, so that's also updated.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you, Gianni. Do we have a motion to receive that for the record?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 21 is to consider approval of personnel changes and take appropriate action. What do we have here? It looks like there is just one item, a small amount of what is this, PTO? Overtime.
Yeah.
$123.26. Do we have a motion to approve on item number 21?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 22 is to discuss and consider a vendor change for the Victoria County purchasing card and take appropriate action. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, Judges.
Good morning, Paige. Good morning.
Commissioners.
Morning, Matt.
Morning, Adrian.
Morning, Adrian.
Morning, Adrian.
So we are back in front of you this morning regarding the procurement cards. We reached out to some of the local banks as y'all requested.
Thank you.
We reached out immediately after court on November 24th. Y'all can imagine that was actually quite entertaining because that was the week of Thanksgiving. We reached out to Prosperity, Frost, and Wells Fargo. Two of those three banks graciously supplied us with information by that Thursday. So we actually had emails back from all of them, or from two out of the three by Thursday. So then last week, we actually went in, we scored all the information we had received. We did some follow-up questions, some follow-up information. So after we did that, we'll go in and still recommend JP Morgan Chase based on their rebate of 1.12 and their capabilities to handle a large volume of cards, the features that will accommodate us for our present use and the future use. Any questions?
Yes, what type of commitment are we have to give these guys? Is it
There-
just
we
a
are-
year, 2 years, or?
There has been no commitment to it. There is no commitment on it. We will be going into an interlocal agreement that we already have through Tarrant County.
Okay.
And I'm sure this is a slow process, but there's actually no time frame on this.
Like, we're not locked in for 5 years or nothing like that?
Correct. That was one of the things we looked at with US Bank. That is actually under the state contract, and that actually goes like to 2030, I believe. And before they will look at, changing. So that is one of the things with US Bank that we did consider, but with JP Morgan Chase, it is at our discretion.
So in essence, you feel they'll be able to provide us better service?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With talking to all of them, I want to give a huge shout out to Prosperity and Frost. They were great to deal with. We will say between Prosperity, Frost, and US Bank, they were going to be the best customer service ones. They were very willing to deal with this. US Bank wanted to put us in the queue to go with everybody else. And we just felt like we were going to go down the same road we had with Citi, with US Bank on the customer service area.
And you don't feel that way about JP Morgan Chase because they're just as big as US Bank?
Every time we reached out to JP Morgan Chase, I'm talking within hours, we had either a phone call or an email back. Very responsive to us. They actually had, when we did the demo for online, we went in and actually they were showing us all their websites. And it was very personalized. We had two people in there talking to us, asking us if had questions, using our names. US Bank we have one on Thursday next week. And so we went in and it was very generic, kind of. I mean, it was for all the counties that were going, or everybody that was going, because of course the state is not only dealing with the counties, they have hospitals and colleges and everybody else that falls under that too.
Hey, does that take effect January?
So the card city is supposed to end on December 31st. They have been, city has been instructed that after December 31st, there'll be no new cards issued. It's basically, we have till the end of February to they have till the end of February to make sure everything is cleaned up and closed out. And that's been, the state is telling them this. So we have till the end of February. We can still use our cards after December 31st, but it is very much a push situation that we do have to move forward quickly.
So what departments are affected most? Is that just the
Every
sheriff's?
department it is affected.
Who's the biggest one, the sheriff's office?
The sheriff's office probably has the most cards. Building maintenance probably uses theirs the most.
Bless you.
Between those two, I guess I would say would be the most. We do know that we have some cards that have recurring charges on them that will have to get changed, but every department is affected.
Hey, Paige, regardless of the vendor we choose to go with, do you see any gap or lapse if we make this decision to move forward to one of these vendors in between getting the new cards issued and the expiration of the old cards?
I wish I could answer that with confidence. U.S. Bank has already given us a timeline. We actually have stuff that we've already been receiving from them that if y'all approve this, we will move forward quickly with. Any way we go with any of them, we will be pushing the February deadline.
So what was the timeline that J.P. Morgan Chase gave us if we were to approve this, say, today? When would we be getting?
When we talked to them, everything, we were looking at having everything switched over and moving forward in February. And that's pretty much all of them that we talked to because, of course, we've got to get information from every card holder. We're going to have to get the cards in. We've got to, there's a lot of moving parts to it. So February is pretty much all of those.
Do you know how much volume we do on our cards annually?
We
Just
spend,
ballpark?
I actually, so in 2023, we actually did 625,000. 2024, we did 655,000. And then in 2025, we actually have 710,000 in the report that I ran.
Okay.
How are the rebates used?
So the rebates are based on the volume of, they gave us a number of 800 million through Tarrant County.
Okay.
And then we actually go, and that's down one side, and then across the top is what you use as far as what we spent.
Okay.
And I had the same look several times when I was looking at a judge.
J.P. Morgan is a rebate of 1.12. So in theory, we'd be getting 1.12% of 700,000.
Correct.
And that comes to us as just a bill credit, or what?
No, I don't.
No, they actually should pay that to us. That one is actually paid.
Okay, so we get a check
Yes.
for that amount. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. And then I know what we have in front of us is the total score of each, which clearly shows J.P. Morgan being the highest score. But as far as the criteria that went into that,
Yeah.
We hadn't, I actually have all that. If you want me to send that to you, I can actually supply you with that.
Okay.
On the recommendations, we actually did not, since we didn't actually go out and post it in the paper and go out for a complete bid through the county, we did not feel that we should put it out publicly, since we weren't sure what they were, if they were giving us a special deal or not.
okay. And the individuals who played a part in these rankings, who all was that?
The auditor's office, the procurement office, and the treasurer's office.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yes, we did drag Adrian in and throw her under the bus several times.
Adrian, what are your thoughts on all this?
Yes. Step on up.
After reaching out to Tarrant County,
I think it would be the most beneficial to just go ahead and get on that interlocal agreement. Specifically after talking to Tarrant County, and they are on their first renewal with JP Morgan Chase Bank. And I figure you wouldn't renew for another year if you didn't have a good
Yes.
standing with them. Just to help us in like our timeline of the cards, like being done at the end
Right.
of February, I think it would be just the wisest decision just to go ahead and get on that interlocal agreement. Because they're on their first renewal, and then they'll have 2 more after that. And then that'll help it so we're not so crunched for time,
Yeah.
just in my opinion. And like I said, the reason why I will go ahead and just stand behind that is since they are already 4 months into their second or their first renewal. I
Right.
apologize.
Okay.
So are we at a point now to where we're ready to approve this? Is that?
Yes, because I
okay.
got the document from Tarrant County, because it's very, very simple. Basically, they just want my contact information, and then they just add Victoria County onto the list for the interlocal agreement. And
Okay.
Tarrant County will send that to JP Morgan Chase just to let the bank know, hey, they're a part of this interlocal agreement with us now.
Okay.
And then from there, because we don't have to follow their renewals, because their renewal is always at the end of August. But I just, like I said, just to, on the benefit of time, I
Right.
just suggest we do go ahead and get on that, since they have actually already sent me that interlocal agreement. Like, it is very legit, because I was nervous about that at first. I was like, I don't think it's real. But, so that is just my suggestion with all this.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that. Michelle, I know you were part of the process, the ranking. Any thoughts on your end?
No, I'm supportive of our recommendation and think we should move as soon as possible.
Okay.
All
Well, I
right.
guess that would be right now.
Tell you
Yeah,
what.
well, thank you all for doing your due diligence.
Yes,
I like
appreciate it.
looking at this and making this decision based on this ranking, this scoring that you did. So appreciate the due diligence in that. And I'm going to make the motion that we go ahead and move forward with JP Chase Morgan, which is y'all's recommendation.
So what are we going to do about new cards in the interim?
So you will keep your present card. At this point, we will tell you through February. And in February, we should be handing out new cards through JP Morgan Chase. And at that point, as we start switching them out, you get new cards, making sure they're activated, then we will start picking up all the city cards.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. And again, I reiterate the thanks for
Yes.
the due diligence that went into this. I know it's been on our to-do list for a long time to get a new vendor, because our current one has been subpar. And there'll probably be some hiccups with the switch over, like any large-scale change is. But this is needed and a welcome change. So thank y'all. We have a motion and a second.
Appreciate
All
it.
those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 23 is to receive for the record discretionary budget amendments, if any, and take appropriate action. I am seeing just one from the Sheriff's Commissary Fund in the amount of $10,637, and that would be for our records only to receive.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to receive that for the record. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 24, consider approval of 2025 budget amendments and take appropriate action. We have several pages of those, and those are in your agenda packets.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. We'll each need to sign each of these. Our next item is a closed session, and that is 25, closed meeting to discuss personnel in various departments, economic development, real property, and to conduct a private consultation with the county's attorney regarding attorney-client privilege matters. We will go ahead and go into closed session now for those purposes at 10:48 a.m. Appreciate everybody's attendance today. We'll see you back next week.